Hello, everyone. This is Jan. I hope everybody's good. Thank you for being here. Quick energy update. It's September. What's today's date? September 8th. We have a new moon, and it's a really important one. So it's really a good time to do some form of new moon ritual to manifest what we really want to see happening in our lives. And this applies to everyone and specifically to the twin flames. I kind of knew it was going to be hard for me to stay away from the twin flames, even though I think it was 2 or 3 videos ago I said, I'm going to be moving away from twin flames. I needed to take a pause from this because there's just too many channels, too many information out there. People are using this information. Some of them are using it in the right way, some in the wrong way. And I just needed to take a pause. It had nothing to do with my own journey. Everything is good on my end. I'm a twin flame, a true twin flame, and I'm clearing and manifesting a lot of things in my life and on this journey. It's just that, like I said, I needed to take a pause because there is just too many things out there. There's chaos, and it's hard to see channels on YouTube or articles that are being written with false information, and people take this in as truth, and it creates all kinds of problems and blockages for them. It's kind of hard. This is the only thing I'm going to say about it. When you're a true twin flame, there is nothing else to do but to work on your own personal ascension. Waiting for your twin is not the thing to do. The only right thing to do is to work on your own stuff, on your own healing, on your own clearing, and not projecting onto your twin and not searching for answers outside of yourself. Therefore, searching answers with YouTube readings, YouTube videos and channels, or just getting regular readings. It's okay to get readings to help you with receiving information and guidance that you may not be able to receive by yourself yet. But the whole point of this journey is to be able to receive that information on your own. People that are readers or channels, they're there to help and to guide. But getting too many readings is not what's going to help you in the end. What will really help you is working on your own self-mastery. So here I am today with an update, and yes, I will talk about the twin flames. Early this week, I think it was from in the night of Tuesday to Wednesday, we've been hit by so many new information, codes, and activations. That night, I slept only 2 hours. The energy was so intense. And I'm not the kind of reader who will say, we've received that kind of code, and no, because it's different for everyone depending where you're at on your journey. So at this point, I myself was receiving information for my own journey. And if you felt the same way, well, it applies to you in a different way. And it's your job to figure that one out, to realize what it was all about so that you can use it as a tool to move forward and keep working on your journey and your own personal ascension. Right now, important things are happening for twin flames. The divine masculine has been healing a whole lot, and I've been saying this for a few months, but remember how it was when you first awakened. All that healing you had to do, they had to go through the same thing. In different ways, but the same thing. Whatever applies to their own journey. They've been working on that. And they've been guided to reach out to their twins. They've been guided to TwinFlames information. They've been guided to their own personal journey and ascension, even if they didn't believe in it, if they thought you were crazy for talking about this, if you talked about this to your twin flame. Now that has completely changed. A lot of things will happen in the upcoming months for twin flames coming together. And if we go back a few months, around March or April, a lot of people were talking about the event. And know that this is happening. It is happening right now. You probably felt a huge disconnect in your life, either from people, from situations, or, you know, jobs and things that didn't serve you anymore. You probably felt that it was time for you to move forward and move on. That's what the event is all about. It was never meant to be a huge thing happening for everyone on the same day. It's something that happens gradually on a daily basis, differently for everyone. But at this point, at this time, a lot of people are feeling different and are starting to receive new information and grounding new timelines, even though I don't like using these words because they're just labels. But if you've been doing the work, you're probably feeling different. You're probably feeling like the new you is starting to show up, but not only starting to, but integrating. You're probably feeling that your life is changing and taking a completely different turn. And that's for your highest good. So at this point, it's important to surrender to that. Not surrender by doing nothing, but surrender by taking proper actions, and surrender by making things happen in the right way. What that means is that not from your ego, but from your heart. So surrender to this. Place that intention in the universe and trust that it will be brought to you. This new moon, that's what it's about. So this ritual I was talking about, whether you do rituals or not, what I mean by that is just maybe meditate or set new intentions or do a ritual if that's what you do. But we are going towards fall, and we are going towards new people being awakened, new ascension information and waves. If you're familiar with Dolores Cannon, she was saying that there are 3 waves of ascension. People from the first wave are awakened and have been going at this work for a very long time. And it's very exhausting for these people because they somehow are having the workload on their shoulders. And as more people are awakening, that workload is being redistributed to these people. And that's what it's all about, because we're all one. And if you think about it, it would be unfair for all the same people to be doing the work and not reaping the rewards of that work. So that's what's happening right now. There's a redistribution of that work. So that's why people are feeling different. That's why they are integrated new versions of themselves and new timelines. You may have felt recently how time was like, I'm going to use the word bipolar, but it's without judgment here. It's just to use that as an image. At times it would feel like it would pass by so quickly and so fast, and at times it would feel like it had stopped. That's exactly what was happening. When that happens, it's because we're right in the middle of a shift. We're feeling the dual energies, the old ones and the new ones, and we haven't fully integrated the new ones yet. Therefore, we feel this duality. When you are in that phase, best thing to do is to surrender to it. Surrender in the sense of pretty much do nothing. Just go with the flow, go along with it. Once you've moved past that phase and are in the integration phase, that's where it's time to act. That's where it's time to make decisions, to try new things. And it's okay if it doesn't work out. Start over. Keep on trying. That's okay. If you try something and you're like, this is not what I want, that's okay. We need to learn to know ourselves, our passions, and what we want in life out of our hearts. If it's coming from your heart, no mistake can be done. If it's coming from your ego, this is where you make mistakes because you push too hard to make things happen when they're not necessarily ready, because we're not in charge. The universe is in charge, right? We're like little puppets. And our job is to allow ourselves to receive these informations in order to put them and use them into our lives. And that's what has been going on, and this is what will be going on for the next few weeks. And that touches the divine masculine a lot. Divine feminine too, but divine masculine a lot. All those twins that were the runner twins or the sleeping twins are now at a different stage. A lot of them are learning their gifts, their energy healing gifts, their psychic gifts. They're learning how to use that in everyday life. They've known for quite a while, and for those who were resisting, trying to hold off, they can't. There's no more time for this. They can't. And if they do, they're going to run into a lot of problems because they're resisting their divinity, their truth. They're resisting their soul path. And that is, at the end of the day, something very impossible to do. We are here to honor our soul and to honor our soul purpose. Someone cannot keep disregarding this information for their entire lives. Sure, they can. They're going to run into problems after problems and sickness, and some of them don't make it. So, if you are here wanting to honor your own purpose in life, what you need to do is align to this and surrender to what the universe wants from you and is asking from you. This is how you become your best version, because you have no filters coming from your ego. Therefore, it is for your highest good. The divine masculine, like I said, some of them have been working on exploring their gifts. So if you're the divine feminine, the one holding more feminine energy in your field, it's really important that you do honor your own gifts. And the most powerful tool that you can have, let's say you're not in communication with your twin, the best thing you can do is meditate, holding the intention that you're supporting your twin, sending love, and helping them discover their gifts. If you haven't discovered yours yet, well, it's time to do so. It's time that you get into service to help other people. And it doesn't necessarily mean starting a spiritual business. A spiritual business is not for everyone. For example, in my case, I do the spiritual thing and I do sales. In my everyday life, I work in sales, but I do bring spirituality into the business world. And it's very magical because when you're aligned, you attract the right people to you. And I do work with very spiritual people that are working in business 40 hours a week. And we balance each other out. We learn from each other. And that's my purpose. For me, it was clear that I wasn't meant to have a spiritual business to work in on a full-time basis. I knew, I've always known, so I managed my life to have a bit of both and incorporate both, and that's how I keep balanced. So perhaps you're the same way. Perhaps you're made to have a full-time spiritual business. That is up to you, and that is up to you to find out. It's possible to get help to clarify some things from a reader, but I know that out there, a lot of readers are saying, no, you need to start your business and go full-time. Be careful with that. That's a very, very dangerous game to play. It's not easy to start any business. So, you need to make sure that you're able to eat at the end of the day. I mean, other than that, a lot of things are involved into starting a business. You may not know how to do so. So there's plenty of information out there, but at the end of the day, follow what resonates with you and create your own path. Do not copy someone else. It's not going to work. Get inspired by someone else. That's fine. But do your own thing. If I go back to the divine masculine, so some of them are exploring with their healing gifts. They've healed enough and themselves, and they are exploring their healing gifts. So if you are a healer yourself, remember how it was at first for you. Before you started healing others, that's what they're at. Some of them have fully integrated that and are ready to just come home. Come back to you if you haven't been talking for a long time, or start their own business, or work, be more committed to their mission, because this fall, that's what it's all about, being committed to your mission. The more people that are committed to their mission, the more others heal, the more we heal, because as we heal others, we heal ourselves. So the more people working on their mission, the more the planet heals, the more Gaia heals, the more people heal. And that's what it's all about. Because the other waves, the second and third wave is in action. They just haven't started fully. Some of them have, but some of them have not. And then the third wave, I did mention in a few videos ago that they're up for service. They're starting to wake up. They're starting to realize who they really are on a soul level and why they came here for, what they came here for, what they need to do. So at this point, it's really important that you surround yourself with these kinds of people. People from your family, from your soul family, or just people on the spiritual path. Once you reach a point of being so involved and committed to your mission, it is harder and harder to be involved or surrounded by people that are not spiritual. It's possible. I'm not saying that it's impossible. It's something that is possible to do, but harder. For myself, I can, but for a very short period of time. Then I feel like I need to go back home, either with my soul family or just, be by myself and meditate. So use meditation at this point to attract the right people into your life, to know what you need to do to help heal other people. That's what we're here for. It's unfair to stay home waiting for others to wake up or to start their mission, thinking that that's the only way you're going to be able to work on your own mission. That's not true. Start working on your own stuff, then everything else will happen and will find a way to come to you and reach you. And trust me, that is the magical part. Do not worry about leaving some things or some people behind. You will learn later on what their purpose were or was, and you will realize why they had to leave your life. And then I'm sure some of you have heard or read or learned about how we meet the same people from life to life, but we also meet the same people during the same life. If you look back in your past, you met soulmates before. Everybody has. You've met soulmates before, and you can realize how much work you have done when you start meeting the same kind of people for the second time, third time, or fourth time, but with one or two notches higher. Meaning, let's say you met someone 20 years ago and that person had a huge effect on you, strong connection, whether romantic connection or business connection or just friendship, and then it just didn't work out. Maybe you're at this stages of your life where you meet that same kind of person again, but now things are working. That's because you've been doing the work and you're able to sustain that kind of relationship. These are soulmates. Our soulmates are not always meant to be romantic or to be karmic, or karmic in a positive way. I know that if I look in my life and I look in the past and I look at my life now, and that the people that are in my life right now, I can clearly see how I met these people before 10 years, 5 years, 20 years ago. And that those people that came into my life 20 years ago were there to prepare me for what I'm going through right now. So it's the same for everyone. If you look back at what may feel as unresolved issues, they were there for growing and learning purposes. They came into your life to support you. They came into your life to show you a version of you that you had in yourself that you probably weren't aware of yet. And if you start meeting these same people again, well, it means you've been doing a lot of work and enough work to be aligned with these people. And I'm not talking about the same person. I'm talking about the same soul vibration in a different body. And I'm not talking about walk-ins and stuff like that. No. If you look back in your life, you probably can pinpoint a person you met either in your childhood and now let me start over. You probably can pinpoint a person that you met in the past and someone that you have in your life right now, and they are very similar. They have the same vibration, and they have the same, perhaps the same physical look. I mean, that happens often, but they're just the same kind of soul. So yeah, so that's a very beautiful thing to go through and to live. If we look at the energies for the planet, like I said, we've been hit with a lot of activations and codes, but that's always the same thing. We're always receiving new information. Right now, the best thing to do if you're having a hard time with these energies is stay grounded. Stay grounded and meditate and do whatever you need to stay rooted in your life, and do not disconnect from this, because you're gonna feel like you're missing the boat. This summer has been very hard, exhausting because of all these energies. We're gonna start seeing the results of these energies. We're gonna start seeing manifestations and integration into our daily lives of all these energies we've had this summer. It's been hard for everyone. I've been extremely exhausted. But that was for growing purposes, and I'm very grateful for that. So first thing to do, be grateful. You're exhausted, but be grateful, knowing that new things are coming into your life. A lot of people are like, what the hell happened this summer though? Because we were supposed to be receiving this and receiving that. What I'm seeing is that just too many people were not ready for this. So we had to receive a great dose of energy to be pushed and be shaken a little bit and get out of our own ways to move forward. Too many people were just not doing the work. And there's no more time for this. So we've been hit by all kinds of purging energies, releasing. And even though it sucks, when we go through this, we need to be happy. Be happy that you're releasing. Be happy that you're, for example, staying home, just relaxing and integrating these energies. Be happy because it means that great stuff is coming. Great stuff is on its way. And it is. It is. It's just about to change that. It's going to change the pace. The energy is going to change. We're going to start seeing the results of our hard work if you have been doing the work. If you have not, you're not going to see any of that. It's just another level that we're moving up to. And that's great news. And I've said that many times before. It never stops. I mean, a tree never stops growing until it dies. If it gets sick or if it gets cut, right? A tree will never stop growing. Same thing for us. We never stop growing. So we need to accept that this is part of our human experience and that self-mastery is about knowing when we are more in our dark side, for example, and that we need to do shadow work and soul work and connect to our soul to know what we need to do. This is self-mastery. And twin flames cannot come together in union if we haven't been doing our own self-mastery work. And the more people, I've said that before and I'm going to say it again, the more people that do that kind of work, the better the planet is. It's that simple. That's why we came here for. So let's do it. Because it's game on. These energies we're in right now is game on. It's time to do it. It's time to be in action. It's time to make the show happen. So let's do it. Same thing for the divine masculine. That's what they're going through. That's what they're going through. So do not at this point be focusing only on, I'm going to talk to my twin flame. I'm going to be in union with my twin flame. Sure, everybody wants to manifest that. But if you focus only on that, you're creating your own blockages. Just focus on the show. Focus on the higher purpose of this, and the rest will come. Naturally, allow the divine or the universe to align everything for you. Divine timing is a real thing. I know it sucks when you get a reading or you go see a coach and they say it's divine timing. I know it can be very frustrating. I know, but there's no way around it. There's a reason for it. And the more you surrender to divine timing, the more work can be done on your twin flame, for example. Let's say your twin flame is very resisting or very much into their ego. The more you allow divine timing to do its work, the more your twin is benefiting from this. Therefore, so are you. So hence the need of staying grounded right now. Hence the need of meditating. Meditate for your twin. Send them love and good energy, even if the situation is really bad between the two of you. Because I know it's not easy. I know some people are going through very hard things at this time. Trust that things are not what they seem to be. It's an illusion. Trust that you're able to do the work, to know what's going on, to know what to do next, and to just do it and put it into action. And that's it. Because it is game on. They keep repeating game on. It is the time to do that. It is the time to put it into action. A lot of people are still very tired at this point, and some of you are about to go through these energies. So if you're about to go through these energies, allow yourself to move through them and allow these energies to move through you as well. Afterwards, when you start feeling better, don't go nuts to trying to do everything all at once. You're going to burn yourself out. Take your time to integrate everything piece by piece. You know, like doing a puzzle, it's impossible to do a puzzle putting all the pieces together all at once. It's one piece at a time. So this is how it is on this journey. It may suck, yeah, but it brings so much knowledge and wisdom and well-being that when you reach the point of being able to see it without saying that it sucks, that's pretty good work in self-mastery. And it's a good way to liberate yourself and just, you know, allow yourself to be, allow your soul to manifest its purpose into your life. That's what it's all about. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I don't know. I guess it was important to say. So just hang in there. Use this new moon to create new things and start new things in your life. Use these energies to keep on clearing yourself and working. And use the mirror exercise. Use the mirror to help you see what you need to work on. Not only your twin is a good mirror for you, but so is everyone else in your life. If people are getting on your nerves for some things, specific things, well, know that it's coming from you. You're doing the same thing somehow. See how people treat you. See how they react to you. When you're in a good vibe, people have a tendency to be nice to you, to be calm, to lighten up when they see you. If you're in a bad vibe, they're going to run away from you. They're going to be harsh with you. That's the mirror effect. It's not necessarily them being in a bad vibe. It starts with you. So if you reach a point where you're able to recognize that in your daily life, in just whatever you're doing at work, at the store, it's easy to see. Go to the store right now. See how people react to you. If they want to talk to you or if they just turn their backs on you. It's that simple. The hardest part, though, is being honest about it and doing the work and changing yourself. But you can start by asking yourself, what do I need to change today? What can I do differently today? And see what happens. And keep that habit if it's a good one. And keep on learning, and putting that knowledge into action. Because without putting it into action, nothing else is going to happen. That's it for now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I love connecting with everyone. Thank you for reaching out to me, sending me emails. I hope everyone is good and doing the work and enjoying their weekend. Thanksgiving is close by, and then we're going to be close to Christmas, and it's going to go by very quickly. So let's enjoy this and let's just, have fun while the game is on. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so using my Facebook page at Indigo Girls Readings or using my email, indigogirl555@gmail.com. The information is below. Thank you very much. Enjoy the weekend and be well.